Well, today we got a fun one. This is Dan's 59 CJ5. If I'm not mistaken, he said he got it maybe when he was in high school or something like that, but he's had it for a long time, and his son Mike actually is helping facilitate the deal, and this is his baby. It came over here, it still had a model 25 or 27 closed knuckle front end, and then it had offset Dana 44 with tapered two-piece axles. Everything else has pretty much been done, and he wanted to upgrade the running gear, and Alan and I convinced him to do the perfect upgrade. But first of all, let's take this thing for a drive and see how she runs, then we'll talk about the running gear. So, great addition, has the Granny Low T18, 4-speed, ready for the Rubicon, been over the Rubicon many times. See the Peterbilt sparkly shift knobs. This is the 4-speed. This is the overdrive, and then these two sticks are for the Dana 18. And then we got your CB radio down here, obviously your mag light holder, and right here between the seats is the PTO winch controller. So way too many levers on this thing, but that's absolutely perfect, and it runs and steers like a dream. Some of the other interior upgrades here are the Cadillac steering column, which is tilt and telescopic, always nice. Got some odometer gauges in the dash, the original gauge in the dash still working. And one thing you can't really notice when I'm sitting in here, but I am a little bit of a big guy, and he's got the fender notched in the back, so the seats move back about 4 inches so I can actually sit in here and drive it. Those are the upgrades that really make a difference in a Jeep like this. You know, you can't forget about the vacuum windshield wipers still hooked up and things like that. So definitely shows a little 1959, but also some 90s as well, maybe 80s. So we'll pull off up here under a tree and walk around it and show you a few things. That was a fun ride. Now it's the tricky part, getting out. Not bad. So, as you can see right here, this little notch in the fender, that's where you cut this out, box it in, then you're able to move the seat back. Looks like he moved it back about 4 inches. So, of course, factory low backs, got to keep those. Inside is just simple and easy. But what we did is we did the axles. So the closed knuckle Model 25 and Model 27s are narrow, they don't turn good, the brakes suck. So originally they wanted to go ahead and do Dana 44s front and rear, spring it over, Wrangler springs. And Alan and I thought that was just too much for this Jeep. So we talked him into maybe a compromise. And what we ended up in the front was a 83 to 86 wide track CJ Model 30 front end. So it's still spring under, still has the factory 1 3/4 wide leaf springs. We went ahead and did the Chevy inverted T 1-ton steering on there, and then flipped them to the top down on the knuckles. Now, something he's got going on this thing is this is a Saginaw manual power steering box. So it was converted to run that box to fit the PTO in and make everything work. The PTO winch isn't on it right now, he's rebuilding it, but that kind of made everything fit. So it still has manual power steering, but it's got a fully rebuilt wide track CJ Model 30 front, which is 56 inches wide at the wheel mount. This has the 6-bolt Warren hubs, which are the more desirable on the Model 30s. And then it's simple, 538 gears and a Detroit TrueTrac limited slip in the front. So when we wanted to do the rear end that matched it, you know, these Jeeps are notorious for having 2-piece axles, and always popping the C-clip or the keyway and losing a tire. So we went ahead and started with a JK Dana 44 rear housing, which has 3-inch axle tubes, and it's huge. It actually has a stronger design Dana 44 ring and pinion. We cut the housing ends off. We welded on new Ford 9-inch billet housing ends with set 20 bearings. And then we went with 2.5-inch wide, 11-inch brakes from Ford Racing, and they're drum brakes, keeping it simple. It also has 5/38 and a 30 spline Detroit truetracs. So we matched the width to 56 inches wide. So now we have just a very clean, not too wide, but low and stable 44 rear, 30 front CJ5. And it's perfect for the 33-inch tires. You know, I don't think you can ask for much more. All right, so while we're here, we might as well pop the hood and show you guys the big powerhouse under there. And boom. Not much going on there. So that is the factory 4-cylinder with not much besides a 12-volt conversion. Took the generator off and looks like a little MSD ignition, but you know, there's that 1-barrel carburetor just dumping all its fury into that 4-banger. But I'll tell you what, once she gets warmed up, she purrs like a kitten. You can't ask for much more than that. So I think that's a wrap. Let's get out of here. Uh-oh, wait a second. Reverse was over and up to the right. What that means is this is not a T18 Granny Low 4-speed. This is a T98 4-speed. So pretty much the same thing, same housing, but you know, I don't want to give you guys false information. So anyway, gonna cruise this thing back to the shop. Might as well grab a couple shifts in the overdrive too, you know, just for the hell of it. So here we are pulling out on the road. You don't always have to shift the 4-speed. Boom, just pop the overdrive up, second, then you can go up to third, back to low in the overdrive, that's third low, then you can go to third over, boom, got a lot of gears to go through, just banging gears. You know, Dan's a truck driver, so obviously that's probably why he has all these sticks, but each one has its own place in life.